I wanted to show you guys an unboxing first. It is from Karl Lagerfeld's last collection. So let's get to it. This here. I know I don't want to be teasy, but if I could give you some details right now, maybe you could guess which bag it is. This bag is a Chanel flap bag, and it does have some of the iconic elements. So it does have pearls on it, and it does have the quilting, and it's also with the classic chain links. Is that enough hints for you guys? So it is this bag. Okay. Today's video, we're gonna be comparing very classic Chanel silhouettes, which is the Chanel Classic flap bags and seasonal flap, I would call it. If you guys have watched enough videos on other channels as well, sometimes these bags are classified to be in different categories. And we have the classic flap, and then we also have a single flap that's in front of you right now. They're two beautiful bags, but as I use them, I have discovered something that I really like about one over the other. So we're gonna talk about that. Welcome back to another My First Luxury video. Thank you so much for being a part of this. Chanel flap bags are one of their most iconic silhouettes amongst many of the other handbags that they launch every season, and it's one of my personal favorites. I felt incredibly lucky that I was able to get this handbag. It just has all of the elements of iconic Chanel style in it, so I think it's a really well designed bag. And most importantly, I just really love this bag. The classic flaps are kind of heavy, but it is one of the reasons why Chanel 2.55 is so worldly known. It's completely different. I wanted to show you guys the difference of it. Here it is. This is actually one of my favorite bags. Besides the fact that it is a classic flap, I just love the jersey material, and I think that this bag was first launched in 1980s, so it's in really good condition. Besides one thing, I do have a little bit of a flaw here. This bag has a little bit of pulled, but it's very minimum, and I tried bringing it back to Chanel for repair. Unfortunately, they do not do that. And I also love that this bag has the reissue chain versus the traditional leather and chain design. I think it's really unique, and these chains are super comfortable on the shoulder because they are flat. It's also all gold, so it's just like beautiful. The jersey material lasts really long time, and as you can see, it doesn't have any those material fuzzballs. As to the silhouette, you guys are probably really familiar if you have seen a Chanel Classic flap bag, and the design and the construction of the bag has not changed since a long time ago. And obviously it has the double flap feature, and it has the CC closure. And if you don't know this yet, for some of the vintage bags of the bags that were made before, I'll insert the reference here, there is a very special stamp on there certifying that it is 24 karat gold plated. So that's what I really like about the CC closure and the reissue chain. And this color in particular just kind of goes with everything. So here we are, we have the double flap. I've looked at the Chanel savoir-faire video that shows you how to make a classic handbag, and if you were to purchase a classic handbag right now, they will include a booklet that literally shows you like how it's made and everything. So obviously, you know, there's the inner pocket that you can actually snap close. Over here you have one divider and compartments, and on the inside it's one piece of leather folded in this way, so you can have, you know, quite some compartments for you to use. And we have also one compartment that's hiding in here. Despite the fact that it's a handbag from like the 80s, I still think that it's very practical. It's a perfect size for different occasions. This is the bottom of the bag. It's like a very structured bag. And then on the back side of the bag, we have the iconic pocket. So there is one back pocket here. So that's about the classic style of the flap bags. And over here, I have just purchased this 2019 and 20 fall winter piece, and I just really fell in love with the idea of this bag and how it's designed, because it has the exaggerated enlarged quilting, diamond quilting. That's like one of the iconic elements for Chanel flap bags. And also there are so many cute details on this bag. It has a champagne gold hardware with pearls kind of scattered through very evenly. It's on the joint of each quilting, so it's actually throughout the bag. So I think it's quite unique. Not on the bottom of it, because then the bag wouldn't really stand really well. Also, if they were to add pearls on the bottom of the bag, it probably will get scratched up really quickly, and it's perfect it's not on the bottom of it because you won't see it anyway. And also on the two sides, there are also pearls. Okay, so one of the main reasons why I wanted to do this comparison video is because how much I love this particular bag. I'm so used to operating on little or mini bags these days, but I learned to really appreciate the overall design of this bag. This bag has only one compartment, and once you open it up, you will not see another structured kind of core compartment in the middle, so you just have like one big pocket. If you take a look closely, it's not a full leather lined bag. It is just like, you know, leather, or like a quarter kind of leather coverage on top. On the back, it's completely fabric, which I also like, because on leather, I just always am afraid of like scratching or ruining it. Basically, this bag has only just one like back compartment over here, and there is no compartment on the back side. And I'm going to insert some pictures of how this bag was styled on the runway, which I loved because I think it's got very subtle details, but it's super soft. So these are some of the essentials that I personally carry with me. I mean, I even chose a few more items to demonstrate for the purpose of this video, because I usually don't carry that many things, because I've learned to downsize and carry very few things. But here they are, and I wanted to show you guys exactly, or I want to show you guys how many things will fit in this classic bag. So let's get to it now. Okay, so is this a good angle? Usually I just carry this little like leather case with me. It has my credit card and everything. So let me just do the use, and then also I will put my hand cream here. And I like to carry hand sanitizer, especially with everything that's happening right now. It's always good to have one. And I have also the eye drop. Like to put it in there. Your card key. I also like to put that in there. And then maybe a lipstick, because why not? We want it to be glam ready all the time. Phones are also very important, so I'm going to put that in there. So that, and last but not least, my sunglasses. And this has made a pretty full bag. Now you can see that it's all kind of full, and I usually never stuff my bag this full because I don't like to carry heavy handbags. At the same time, I don't like the look of it, and then it just looks like I'm carrying a huge travel bag with me. So this is pretty full, and it's pretty heavy, I would say. So everything I just showed you fit into this bag. I wouldn't really recommend putting these many items in there at the same time because it's really heavy. I usually don't carry this big of a wallet, but if I wore, or if you have something like this, whenever you're carrying a bag that is this size, I would recommend to go with a card holder or little card case, because this pretty much will occupy the whole space inside of this bag. So I definitely do not recommend shoveling such a big wallet into your purse. And right now you've seen it in this bag. Let's just go ahead and switch it over to the bigger and softer flap versus the structured one, and let's see if it gives us more space. Here we go, our second contender of the flap bag. I just really like that it's really soft, and some people might not like it. I used to not be a fan of not structured bags either, but maybe because I've used structured bags for a long time, I now learn to embrace the beauty and the flexibility of these softer bags. So let me go ahead and put everything in there so you can see for yourself how much more space there is. Let's go in with our wallet, a phone. I know some people might say, geez, that's such a huge hand cream. I don't usually carry something this big. I downsize too according to the size of my bag, but this has been one of my favorites lately, and obviously it's not sponsored. So that's just realistic scenarios for you. And you can also put all of these in a pouch, but I just like to put them like this. And we can also put the sunglasses comfortably there, so you can see the layout of everything. And now there's still a lot more space because it's very soft, so you can fit a lot more stuff in there. Once again, personal preference, these are the things that I carry with me. So if I were to just bring all of these on the side of it, because it's not a structured bag, so it's very soft and you can do a lot of things. You can mold it into different things, but if anything, remember to not overly stuff it or stretch it. Oh, remember her? She's still here with us, and I think with this bag there's even more room that we could put a full-size wallet in here. Usually if I have this wallet in here, I won't have this one, so let's just pretend that's the case. Everything else still fits pretty loosely, and voila, it's pretty comfortable, and I love this. And then I figured out another way to wear this bag, which is kind of like how it was styled into the runway show. I don't really like to carry it with a chain because it could appear to be kind of bulky, even though it isn't. It's just soft and doesn't really have a structure. This is how much it fits in there. And I wanted to show you guys another thing. Let me bring the other bag in. Right now you have both bags in there. You can see the side of it. This one is really narrow. It's more compact and tight and holding in really well, versus this one. This is where it kind of cinches in. One of my favorite things that I noticed when I use these bags is whenever I had to get things out of the bag, I don't like how this opens, because you always have to like use both hands, hold one, and then like try to dig things out from there. Versus this one right here, watch what happens. It's a silly detail, but guys, you can open this completely without needing to hold it or look not elegant. This is just something that gives you immediate access. When it really happened to me, I was like, oh wow, like I haven't really paid much attention to details like this, but because I've had classic bags and have been using it for such a long time, I'm used to the flap being kind of stiff and hard. But now with the softer flap, it's just so effortless, and you can open it up and take things out elegantly, and that's one of my favorite features. So above are the comparisons between the vintage Chanel classic flap and the new soft flap, or just like a flap bag that Chanel makes. I definitely have been in love with a classic silhouette for the longest time, and I still am in love with it because I think a structured bag can definitely make your outfit look very dressy and formal, and overall it gives you that very sharp look. At the same time, this is just something that has been improved, and also it's a little bit easier to use. My verdict is right now I'm definitely in the phase of loving the softer flap, not the double flap. Price point on these two bags are also very similar. I think this bag is $5,100, and for the classic flaps, you know, depending on the style you're getting and also where you're getting it from, I think right now the retail prices are around $5,500, and if you want to get a vintage one, it's definitely a lot less. And also the materials that you choose can also affect the price point of the bags. So these two are very similar in prices, maybe just a few hundred different. So with this one, I don't think you can get any lower pricings on these because it's in their recent collections, and I think the stores still have them. And I also know that this bag does come in the smaller size. I personally have not seen the smaller one, but I just felt like I don't need another small pearl bag, but I'm pretty sure if you were to get the smaller version of this bag, the fit of it and the use of it will be similar to this size. If we apply that, maybe you'll fit a lot more stuff in the smaller bag compared to the classic mini flaps. So the verdict is that I really like both of them, but for now I'm definitely more leaning towards something like this because it does have that flexibility. Also, it has, you know, the new look. I love the detailing of the pearls. So yeah, what do you guys think? Would you also choose this bag over the classic flap? Let me know in the comment area below. So I really hope this video is helpful and that I was able to offer the comparison between the two different styles of flap bags. Once again, thank you so much for watching this week's video. I will see you guys on the next one. Take care now. Bye.